Hey fellow REIT investors, welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to start with something that's been keeping me glued to my screen lately. The 10-year US Treasury yield. Why? For me, this chart is like my personal fear index for REIT investments. When the yield climbs, REIT prices usually take a hit. Since October 2024, things haven't been looking good at all. Despite the US Fed cutting rates, which influences short-term yields, the 10-year US Treasury yield kept climbing relentlessly, reaching above 4.8% by mid-January 2025. That's not exactly what a REIT investor like me and you wants to see. But then, something happened that gave me hope. After mid-January, the yield started to drop steadily, and by 5th February, it had fallen to 4.42%. I remember thinking, finally, some relief. Unfortunately, my optimism didn't last long. Just as I was starting to feel cautiously happy, the trend reversed again. The yield shot back up to 4.5%, and I found myself wondering, was that just a temporary blip, or are we heading for more pain? Let's take a step back and talk about what's been happening and why this matters so much for REIT investors. But first, let me remind you that this video is for informational purposes only and not financial advice. Always consult a licensed financial advisor to ensure your decisions align with your goals. And I hold REITs in my portfolio, but remember, what works for me might not work for you. Alright, let's get started. What's been happening with REITs and yields? As REIT investors, we've learned one thing the hard way over the past 2 years. Interest rates matter a lot. REITs are highly leveraged investments, with gearing levels typically around 40%, some as low as 30%, and one bold has even crossed the 50% regulatory limit.